before humanity learned to build, before it learned to speak, before it even learned to ask, "Who am I?" Another question waited at the core of existence. Why am I here? A question older than civilization, older than memory, older than the dust we stand upon. Every heart whispers it, every mind confronts it, and the answer is older than the universe. Some claim existence is accidental, a cosmic accident born of blind forces and aimless energy. But randomness does not craft order. Chaos does not produce meaning. Accidents do not generate consciousness that questions itself. The illusion of randomness is the comfort of those who fear responsibility. Once you ask, "What is my purpose?" the world no longer looks the same. Every sunrise becomes a message. Every breath becomes a sign. Every choice becomes weighty. Purpose transforms existence from noise to narrative, from chaos to story. Humans spend their lives searching for purpose, in work, in people, in pleasure, in wealth. But purpose cannot be found in things that are themselves temporary. Purpose is not discovered. Purpose is given by the one who gave existence itself. Look at creation. Not a single cell, not a single photon, not a single grain of sand exists without design. The creator of such precision does not create a purposeless being. To assume otherwise is to assume that the one who crafted galaxies forgot to give meaning to the one creature capable of seeking it. Deep within every soul is a knowing, a recognition without teaching, a certainty without proof. This is the fitra, the inner compass that points toward meaning even when the mind is lost. The heart remembers what the world makes us forget. Some seek the purpose of creation in hidden texts, in mystical rituals, in distant mountains. But the Creator did not hide the purpose of existence in riddles. He declared it openly, simply, clearly. I created jinn and humans only so that they may know me. Turn to me and worship me. Worship is not ritual alone. It is the alignment of the heart with truth. To worship is to acknowledge your source. To surrender is to find peace. To remember is to awaken. The modern world shouts, freedom is doing what you want. But desires contradict each other. Pleasures fade. Egos collide. And the freedom of impulse becomes a prison of consequence. True freedom is liberation from the self, not surrender to it. The Creator does not need worship. Perfection cannot be completed. Majesty cannot be increased. Eternity cannot be added to. Worship is not for Him. It is for you. You are the one who needs meaning, direction, transcendence. To worship is to transform, to reshape anger into patience, fear into trust, greed into generosity, confusion into clarity. Worship is the fire that melts the ego and frees the soul. Without purpose, life becomes heavy, work becomes survival, success becomes addiction, pleasure becomes escape, pain becomes meaningless. A life without purpose is a building without foundation. But when you live for the one who created you, every moment matters. The smile you offer, the struggle you endure, the mistake you regret, the repentance you whisper at night. Purpose gives weight to everything. He invites you not to rituals without soul, but to meaning without emptiness. To know Him is to understand yourself. To turn to Him is to return home. Why do you exist? Because the Creator willed you. Not randomly, not accidentally, but deliberately. You exist to know Him, to love Him, to worship Him, to be transformed by Him. Among all creation, stars, angels, galaxies, you were chosen to carry consciousness, freedom, destiny, responsibility, and the possibility of nearness. Purpose is dignity, and you were created with tremendous dignity. This is the beginning of clarity. The one who created you did not leave you wandering. He did not create you in vain. He did not abandon you to chance. Your existence is an invitation. Your purpose is a call. Your life is a journey back to the one who began it. When a human discovers purpose, the soul awakens from a long sleep. Thought becomes deeper. Choices become heavier. Life becomes sacred. Meaning breathes where emptiness once lived, and the heart remembers what it was created for. Purpose is not merely a concept. It is a responsibility. To be created with intention is to be addressed. To be addressed is to be chosen. And to be chosen is to carry weight. The universe is silent toward mountains, oceans, stars, but it speaks to you. Worship begins when recognition begins. Recognition of the giver, the designer, the guide. Worship is not movement. It is awareness. It is seeing truth before you act upon it. At its deepest, worship is love. Love of the one who brought you into being. Loves you without need. Provides for you without condition. Forgives you without reminder. Love is the gravity that brings the soul home. To worship is to surrender, not out of fear, but out of clarity. Surrender to the one whose knowledge is perfect, whose wisdom is flawless, whose mercy is greater than your mistakes. The ego fears purpose, for purpose demands discipline. Purpose exposes weakness. Purpose destroys selfishness. A life without purpose feels easier, but it collapses under the weight of its own emptiness. A world without purpose becomes a world without direction. People rush without knowing why. They succeed without feeling fulfilled. They indulge without feeling satisfied. They live without truly living. Without purpose, the soul starves. Every heart has a direction, a pull, a longing. It may run, hide, deny, or break, but eventually, the heart returns to the one who shaped it. Your struggles are not random. Your hardships are not without meaning. Your pain is not wasted. The Creator does not burden except with purpose, to elevate you, to purify you, to remind you of what matters. When you know why you exist, suffering changes shape. It stops being punishment and becomes refinement. It stops being senseless and becomes meaningful. It stops breaking you and begins revealing you. When success comes, purpose anchors the heart. You do not become arrogant because you know the giver. You do not become lost because you know the source. Purpose transforms victory into gratitude. Worship is not confined to prayer. It is the thread that weaves through every action. Work, patience, kindness, honesty, restraint. When you know the Creator, life itself becomes worship. You are not a biological accident. You are not a random spark in a cold universe. You were crafted intentionally, shaped purposefully, addressed personally. There is dignity in being created for a reason. The greatest peace comes when the soul returns to its source, not physically, but willingly. To surrender is not to lose. It is to be found. The universe is not indifferent. It is a reminder of power greater than your fears, of wisdom greater than your intellect, of purpose greater than your ambitions. A life without God becomes a loop. Ambition, regret, pleasure, exhaustion repeated endlessly without rival. Purpose breaks the circle. It opens the path. With God, life becomes a straight path. Not always easy, but always meaningful. Not always comfortable, but always guided. You exist because the Creator willed you. You exist to know Him, to love Him, to worship Him, to walk back to Him through every breath of your life. This is the purpose of creation. This is the truth your soul has always known, and this is where your journey truly begins.